Hello everyone, Matt's here. I wanted to go over some footage, some match footage I just played. Sorry, should probably put that over there. Some match footage I just played against a Kuma. I don't know much about the Kuma match. In fact, I don't even recognize any of his moves yet because I just haven't played with it. But I wanted to use this as like a review. Both this is kind of like a practice for myself for reviewing my stuff, and also to kind of go over what I would do, or at least what I currently would do when I review footage. I played it pretty well. I'd actually would rather have had a bit of footage of just me getting my butt handed to me, but it just didn't. It didn't happen. I think I only lost 2 out of like I think 6. Um, I think we played 6 matches or something like this. I had the volume down just a little bit because I was commenting over the top of it. And as you can also see too, before we get too far into it, that I am playing Asuka instead of Lee. I would want to say that, like, while I think Lee is the coolest looking character in the world, it's not a character for me. One of the things I talked about when I was talking about selecting your character and everything, play what you want to play. I definitely did that. But one of the things I also mentioned is like at a certain point you might realize this is just not my play style, and maybe you gotta switch it up with another one. That's fine. Once you find one, stick with it. Don't go too crazy. But I could tell right away that his super aggressive style was not really what I was looking for. So I went to Asuka, who I have some experience with. It's a character where she can turtle, she can play defensive, she has some offense that she can play with. She got some really good buffs in season 2. It's a character that I'm having fun with, so it's a character I'm going to stick and continue on to stick with. So I did play a match, a small death match earlier against, this could be really bad, not a Lee, but what was it? It wasn't a law either. I can't even remember now. Oh, well, I guess a Fang, and and I think I won 4 in a row, and then he dropped me, and then I played against a Jin one game, realizing that I hadn't recorded anything, and lost that immediately. But he went and done to me. So, all right, that's the first thing that when I look at when you see a 3-string jab move like that. That there's a punishable, like he's using the entire string instead of like just like say a 2-1 or whatever. So that's immediately something that I knew that I can punish if I do it correctly, but I didn't know what exactly to punish. So I did a down forward 2, and I actually think I did it too slow. I was able there to get a back 3, which launches. So I decided to pressure early. I don't like there's stuff happening so fast that it's going to be kind of hard. This is going to be, like I said, this is going to be new to me to have to slow down and talk about it at the same time. I don't like this knee I throw out here, which is a counter hit move, but it's not a good interrupt. If I was going to try to counter hit interrupt, I should have done a 4, magic 4, which is much faster. As you can see, that 3-hit string though is a pretty brutal to get whacked with. I missed a combo off the up forward 3. I was able to float him, but couldn't get anything from that. He floor breaks. He doesn't know his wall combo, but that's fine. I mean, this is the first time he's playing online, or he didn't get any wins yet at this point. Okay, we got the nice wall hit. He likes his buttons. I assessed, if you heard that, that he likes to throw some buttons in the beginning, and I was hoping to discourage it. So I'd be the aggressor or create the space. So Asuka's got a really good parry, or it's actually a reversal. So I decided to throw that out to kind of show him that I had it in queue. There was just a bunch of pressure, a bunch of 1s and down forward 1s. The only thing I don't like there is my jabs as Asuka is one of the few jabs that you don't get advantage from. Usually if you throw a 1 jab, you have +1 frame advantage. This gets into frame data and all this other stuff, and that's kind of a rough thing to kind of go through for beginners. But basically means that it's not really my turn so much as I have a little extra that I can work with without him being able to counter me. Basically, the only thing he could do at that point is throw out his own jabs to interrupt me. And unfortunately, Asuka though has only a -2, which means I'm at disadvantage. So me continuing to throw this stuff at the block jab is risky, not super risky, but it is risky. I whiffed there. He didn't punish before that, so that would have been a big punish against somebody that knew what was going on. I'm not exactly moving very well. I'm just kind of throwing out moves. I'm throwing out a lot of stuff that I'm trying to catch as he approaches, and I'm slowly learning that he just doesn't approach. He just kind of plays back a little bit. And also when I missed the down forward too, I should not have pressed buttons. So I'm being very buttonsy here. I'm not respecting. I understand he doesn't know frames, but I'm also playing poorly too. Yeah, I got hit with that 3-hit string again. That should have been a punish on my part. It was a complete whiff right in my face, and I did nothing. I try to bait out a counter hit there. Yeah, we're both swinging and missing. I'm starting to get a little movement. Don't know what the forward 2 was about. That was bad. Basically, it seems like I'm playing very nervously and just throwing out buttons, which I got to make sure that when I'm throwing my buttons, I'm throwing them with a purpose. And this just seems like one giant scramble to me. Okay, that sequence I didn't feel too bad about. Let me go back a little bit.
Yeah, it's full frame, punishable.
One. No, that's not it. One. Okay, that sequence I was okay. I felt okay about that. I would rather. So, when I throw the 2 jabs.
Yeah, it's full frame, punishable.
When I throw the 2 jabs. The first one hit. I should have done something off of that. I'm not hit confirming that I did that. I could kind of go for a counter hit play there. But I decided to throw a second jab, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but I got blocked. So this move I'm doing here is 15 frames, and I'm 2 frames under. So he can beat me if he decides to throw anything out. So this is no good because, like, I thought I liked it at first, but this is actually no good because he can basically throw out anything here and interrupt me. This isn't going to do anything. This is just a safe 15 frame launcher, but he's not going to stop blocking there. He's not all of a sudden going to hit that block once, recognize he blocked once, and then all of a sudden come in an offense because A, that's not what you do off a block jab, and B, it's just there's no reason he attacked there. This is just a lot of spaghetti, and I got lucky and rage drived myself in there. So far, this is looking pretty bad on my end. I'm not even, like, worrying about him. Just way too many buttons.
I got one of those too.
Yeah, I hit him with a power crush right afterwards. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, I got that too. Now, at this point, I am hitting him when I am doing a bunch of multiple jabs. He's not ducking, and he's respecting it. So, given that, I could continue to do that. He hasn't shown me he has the ability to punish me for doing that. So, at this point, now it's probably okay for me to continue to do that until I see otherwise. But all the times I'd done it before, probably not the best. If I wanted to kind of jab check him a couple times and see what he would do, then okay. But I think I was just throwing him out, and I wasn't really recognizing it. So there's a nice sweep that the bear does there, and I don't know what it is on block. But it's really difficult to see. And you'll see that he whops me a couple times with that. I'm missing a lot of opportunities for whiff punishing. He's whiffing moves in front of me, and I'm not punishing for it. And Asuka's got one of the best whiff punish tools in the game in 4+2, which I'll point out next time it comes up. So that was just a lot of doing stuff. Wait, let's kind of go through it here. That's okay. So that's a 4 forward 3, which is actually -9 on block. So he's advantaged there. And yet, I'm the one that's is still offensive. I should have stopped my offense right away. When that 4-4-3 misses, that's a time for me to say, nope, I'm done. But yet instead, because he doesn't respond right away, I was able to get in a jab sequence.
Didn't respect the plus frames.
Yeah, there was. I talked about plus frames there, but I'm not sure I had any. That one I did. That was blocked. So that was a blocked 3. -7. Is his power crush that slow? And 7, 22 frames. So I did a down forward 1, which is 13 frames. So -7, 20. Yeah, that story checks out. So unfortunately, his retaliation was not great either, because it was so slow that I was still able to interrupt it with a down forward 3. So first of all, I mean,
3 plus 1?
no, it's certainly not. It's definitely not plus frames. We found out that his plus is -9 and -7. I mean,
17, whatever it was.
I kind of figured it out there, but it was actually worse, more than -17. It's a pretty good opener. He's been opening with jabs, and I used a high crush, and I'm using it again. There's that sweep again. It extends much further than you expect it to. I got to figure out what that is.
That's still not what I was looking for.
I throw out 3 panic move, well, 2 panic moves in the keep out move, and he just stood there the entire time. I think my reflex to do that is playing in other matches. I can't imagine any other person online that didn't just try to run in on me at that. Like, everybody likes to attack, and so I still haven't adjusted to the fact that this guy likes to kind of sit back. I think I get whopped this game. I think this is one of the 2 games that he takes up from me.
Missed it.
Yeah, as I said, yeah, I missed. I got lucky. I missed the finish, the forward 1 at the end after the rage drive, which I think stage breaks. I can't remember. Yep. He got me with a hunting bear launch, but didn't know the follow up yet. Apparently, that's a high, which looks all sorts of crazy. I think around here you start seeing me throw out parries more often, or reversals more often, because we're doing this kind of back and forth scenario. I punch, she punches, I punch, she punches, and when us not so great players run into that situation, I could definitely reversal it. Like, I actually had the advantage in those situations because I could just reversal until he does something about it. There's that 3-hit string again, and the sweep.
Okay, that was a high crush. Okay.
Maybe I do win this game. No, I think he comes back 3 games. Yeah. I don't think I win this match. I think this is where he wins his first game. Yeah, I tried to back out after that. Also, we're getting into a situation where I'm using my strings a little too much. I feel like I definitely want to be using more mids, and I'm just not.
Staying in the pocket just a little too much.
Yeah, I said it myself. I'm staying in the pocket too much. And I am. I shouldn't be. And actually, by the last game, I play what I feel is a more quintessential Asuka round, because I'm really trying to rush this guy down. Oh yeah, this is where he comes back and beats me. Yeah, I get too hungry, and I'm trying to get in there. He knows it.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have won that. I messed it up on multiple levels. I had the game-winning combo. Didn't hit I don't think I hit a single wall. Confirm. This entire game, like I don't hit my wall ender, which isn't really that hard. It's a funky button. It's 1+4 2 4, which can be a little funky. I do have the 1 4 but macroed, but the in what would be my right trigger or right whatever, but
Yep, that's the one.
so that was me discovering what the punish was for the that was nice. I got the 15 frame launcher and then dropped it. I figured out what the punish was because I looked it up, and it's -14 -13. So I could do if I get it right on time, I should be able to do a forward 1+2 safely. The other, I actually have a better 14 frame punch. Oh, you know what? No, that's actually wrong altogether. That's why it didn't work part of the time. My actual 14 frame punish is up forward too. It's a throw, and actually it's a really good one here. I actually should be super destroying him because it does floor break. And I should be getting a floor break combo off of that. So I really made some. That's a pretty big error on my part that I just discovered right now.
Keep spinning.
Yeah. I kind of figured he wasn't going to block it. It was obviously unfamiliarity against Asuka that I kind of tried to take advantage of.
Oh!
The really bad parry or reversal. I keep calling it a parry, but it's not a parry. It's a reversal. Yeah, I got to stop using 4-4 while running 3. I should be using 4-4-1 if I want to approach. That's 2-3. All right, so his power crush I can safely get with 2-3. Yeah, there was a reversal. Yeah, that was just getting in the right range to hit him. That down back 3 is a really good low. The only thing I need to watch out for, because I do use it quite often, it's not lunge punishable, I don't think. Whoops.
As soon as I punished it, he stopped doing that. So he is learning his character.
Yeah, except it wasn't a punish. I'm talking about the 3-hit string, but what I used was not a punish. I just got lucky there. Yeah, the down back 3 is -12. Okay, so I keep throwing out stuff, but as you can see, so I'm going through and I'm seeing I hit too many buttons. The buttons I did hit didn't make sense when I'm throwing them. I make poor choices in my pressure. I'm trying to pressure just a tad bit too much against this particular person, and it probably isn't worth for me doing. I should just be turtling up because he's playing Super Turtle. Which means once I get a life lead, I should just be backing up. Like, there's no reason for me to go crazy. We're now trading power crushes back and forth because we're both not great. It's probably fine to throw out every once in a while.
Come in as close as I expected.
Because the problem with power crushes is they're usually very punishable. Mine is... That one's not mine. Ooh, what just happened there? I took my eyes off wave real quick.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, see how we keep, like, trading blows? What we really should be doing is maybe... Okay, so if we have a couple exchanges like that, that's fine. But we really should be creating some space in a lot of these situations. I miss... block out, and if I get a chance to back out. Don't always unless I know I'm getting a punish. Like, I'm making things harder on myself. You try to get me with some bear shenanigans there. We were trying to figure out what my power crush is actually safe. That's actually kind of dirty. Well, it's safe because it's high. That's why. Usually high power crushes are safe. Okay, so those were definite whiff opportunities that I didn't take. That's, by the way, too, what I should be using on approach is the 4-4 one. That was good, I think. Like, all right, let me back up here. All right. So he throws out 2 punches, and I immediately go forward 2. That's a bad conversion. That's a whiff. Yeah, okay. So that actually was probably okay. It was 2 highs. That second one was a mid. I would have got a hit out of that. But I had some pre-crush. I had some crush frames. So I've been saying crush a lot. Maybe I should explain that real quick. If some moves are what I call high crush and low crush. High crush means that you'll automatically blow through high moves. And low crush means you'll blow through low moves. Some moves have some parts of it that crush, but not all the way. They're not actually high crush or low crush. They just have some evasive properties to it. And the 4-2, Asuka kind of ducks under a little bit before she comes up and kind of does that big uppercut. So I ducked under that second one. Probably the correct way to punish that whiff, but may result in me getting whacked. It's one of those things that I would have to lab. But it's such a crazy situation right now. I don't think it's worth my time to lab. I should be labbing other things. That was a good conversion, except I missed that. It wasn't even close to being the right combo ender.
Oh my gosh, low crush.
Okay, so that's another example. That back 3.
Not even what I wanted though. I was going for
the back 3 has some the beginning frame is low crush because your feet come off the ground, so you're considered in the air. And that's why that happened. Actually, that actually is a low crush. It's a straight low crush. You can see that when you look at there's a thing called RB Norway that has all the frame data, and also once you learn how to read it, it can tell you what moves are a full high crush or a full low crush. Okay. And apparently back 3 is a full low crush, which is pretty crazy. I didn't know that. I thought it was only partial. Is this the one I start backing up a little bit? No, because he hasn't won his second game yet, I don't think. There's that thing again. Oh, right, okay. I think this is where I start power crushing the hell out of him because
he just keeps trying to.
I just explained it myself. I recognize that there's a lot of back and forth, like he punches, I punch, he punches, I punch, and that power crush will blow through him doing that. I'm also starting to throw those throws in there because he doesn't show me that he could break it. Yeah, I'm not exactly happy with my down forward one, but what are you gonna do? Power crush is really good at the wall too. I'm not getting the wall damage, but I do have a nice wall conversion because it can wall sweat. As we saw. He power crushed right at the beginning. I actually haven't started off too many rounds attacking, so that probably wasn't the best opener for him. But, I mean, it was his read, I'm assuming, so. And as you can see, now he's probably trying to power crush me. Now we're throwing around power crushes again. We stopped doing it for a little bit, and then now he just started doing them a bunch. But now I'm throwing him out of his. Because preemptive throw will beat that. That was a bad one too. Other than dropping some things, it seems like I'm tightening up a little bit, but
What's his power
Like, even in winning games, you have to be able to look at things and go, okay, that's not good. You just don't approve. So I'm hitting too many buttons, and the buttons I'm hitting aren't making sense where I'm hitting them.
I don't know how to recognize the difference between the two. So if I see the power crush, just 2-3.
Yeah, and I just looked up what his power crush is because I'd noticed he's been throwing it out a lot. And I keep missing that. I should be able to pick that up with a 2-3, but I think next time I'm just going to do a 1-2-3. I got a little lucky there. And there's the spin to win again.
Oh, nice mid.
Yeah, he basically looked like a launcher. They just didn't know how to follow up on. There's that sweep again. It's like a bear hell sweep. Like, is that his down back 4? No, anyways, I'll I'm gonna actually check it out at after this.
Why did I get that instead of the 4-4-1? I have no idea.
Yeah. See, that's me like, wait, that didn't work. Which it shouldn't have. It was actually minus 14 and up 4-2 might whiff on that. I'm going to check that too. So there's a couple of things I want to check with the bear. So there's the three hit string, and there's the power crush. And then there's the sweep. I also notice he's being a little bit more aggressive. A lot of in and out more. He's backing up, going in. Backing up, going in. And that's also me. That little huff you heard me, that was me realizing I'm starting to get stupid. Like, I'm throwing out power crushes like they're nothing, and it's not what I should be doing. Like, I got myself locked in.
3+ frames. I didn't have the range, I think.
So I believe this is the last game of the set.
Alright, I'm gonna make him come to me a little bit more.
It's 4-2.
See if I can get him to whiff a bit.
But he quits me after this game. And I think he quits me because of how I played this particular match. I think this match is easily the best match I played all of them, which makes sense. I mean, we spent some time playing. But it was just because I changed my playstyle completely. I back up. I duck. Did some pressure. I punished. I back up. I got my lead now. That's the only time I think yeah. I'll go in now for something quick. But then I'm backing out. Backing out. In and out. Nope. Think he might come in. Throw a panic. Panic keep out move. Yeah, I actually could have launched him there, like, easy when he sat down. Come in. Throw something back out. My back dashes are not coming out very cleanly. For whatever reason in the matches, I seem to do it very, very good in training mode, but I have not unlocked it really on matches yet. But as you can see, I'm backing up more. Throwing out moves less. That was the clear best whiff punish I had that entire thing. And so this is what it's supposed to look like for a whiff punish. I back out. He threw something out. Like, I don't want to sound like an ass, but I kind of impressed myself there. But that's what it should look like. So there's a lot of in and out, in and out, in and out. I go in. I came out. He reacts. I whiff punish. Now, it's a slow whiff punish, to be fair. He did a very slow move. It took me a while to react to it, but I whiff punished. And I wouldn't say I got the combo ender because that's not the correct ender for that, but I'll freaking take it. That's no now I do it out of nowhere because I'm feeling myself because I was like, yeah, I just whiff punished that. That was a really good feeling.
Oh, that reached. I didn't think it was gonna reach. I wasn't ready for that.
That was just being lucky. He was recovering from his thing there. I do that, and I think I spent the time playing this one back. Get my low in. Couple jabs. Oh, now he got me. All right. Okay. We punished the power crush. You go in again. Oh, we missed that. Back up.
Yeah, he just stood there.
That was weird.
Still not the right option there.
Yeah, that wasn't the right option there. Should have been a 4-4-1 or something like that if I was going to actually attack when I came in. Or down 3. And as you can see, he quits me at this point.
Oh, okay. I think he's quitting now.
So what did I learn there? And this is the reason why you need to just record your footage and look over it. So I learned too many buttons. When I do throw out buttons like that, I'm not necessarily throwing out buttons I should be, or moves I should be. Obviously my punishes aren't there, but that's kind of fine. I didn't really know the matchup. And I don't know my punish is well enough to make it so if I figure out what the move is on a move list and I see the frame data, I got to make sure I'm choosing the right punish. Movement's bad. But if I play a more turtley style, it seems much, much harder to deal with me. Less buttons, moves that make a little bit more sense. Just less is more play style, I think, would be better there. And we have 3 different moves from Kuma that we can look at that will Kuma. Yeah, it is Kuma. Okay, yeah. I keep thinking of Kuma or something like that. Anyways, but then we have 3 things from Kuma that we can look at in training mode to address an issue. Is 3-hit jab string, how to punish that correctly. His sweep, how to punish that correctly. And his power crush, how to punish that correctly. So there's a lot for me to look at. And I think one of the things I got to do is I got to look at, so now you look at that list and you go, okay, what are the things that are kind of important? Well, when it comes to the punishes, I want to check those because it doesn't take long to be able to get a good feel with it and enough to be able to and do it enough times where you're going to recognize again. Those are pretty easy. So that shouldn't take long. The overarching thing that I'm seeing as far as that stuff is concerned, less is more. I need to be doing a little bit less and making sure when I'm throwing out things, they're quality moves, the moves that I want to hit at those particular moments in those particular situations, which is going to take time. I got to spend some time with the character and eliminate some of the nervous buttons because I think that's what a lot of that is. I think a lot of it is just nervous buttons. So that's how I go through footage, and I'll always go and I will go through footage whenever I have a good one. Like I think the next time I'll make sure it's one where I just get creamed. So we can look and see, okay, how do I do better in this matchup? What is it that he was doing that I couldn't cover? Et cetera, et cetera. I think that would be a little bit better. But you also want to be able to look at your good footage and go, or good what you feel is your good matches because you won a lot in the series. And go, what could I do better there? Because there was a lot that was wrong and all that. So I know it's a little rambly and it's a little off the cuff, but this is the things I want you to kind of think of and look at as you're looking at your match footage and why looking at match footage is great. So thanks, everyone, and I'll catch you next time.